I'm finally back. So I went away overseas to Thailand 2 weeks ago, and I know I haven't posted for a while, but we're back. We're getting back into modifying the STI, and I'm so excited for these. I have two sets of parts behind me. You probably know what this is, obviously. But yeah, I basically haven't worked on the STI at all. All we've really done is the cat back and the spoiler. So I'm excited to actually do some good stuff to the STI, and these two parts here alone are just going to make it so much more enjoyable to drive, because it's still a fun car to drive, don't get me wrong, but it's not very fun without turbo noses. So let's open these boxes up and see what we got. So in the NVIDIA box, we have a catless downpipe. So I'm very curious to see how this sounds on the R400. If it's still too quiet, we might switch to a Tomei catback. If you've heard what Tomei catbacks sound like, they sound insane. So if it's a bit too quiet, we will switch to a Tomei eventually. But yeah, this is going to open up the exhaust so much, and add some nice pops and bangs, while also making some nice power gains, which is what we want. Not only are we going to get a more enjoyable experience from the noises that a catless downpipe makes, but we're going to get some nice power gains. Oh. And then we have the beautiful Process West intake kit. And then obviously we'll get it booked in for a tune and get some nice power gains. If it doesn't blow up on the dyno, I'm pretty confident that it won't. It doesn't really show any signs of like warm bearings, or it doesn't use any excessive amount of oil. So yeah, I think the car should be fine. So yeah, let's start by installing this catless downpipe. So obviously we're going to start by taking off this top mount, so we can access the downpipe bolts, and then we can start taking off the downpipe. Shit on that. Right, the fucking top mount, take off on my forest. With the intercooler out of the way, we can start taking off this heat shield. The bolts are extremely rusty. It's probably because of how much heat this thing takes. So stripping one of these bolts would be a fucking nightmare. But WD-40 is going to be your best mate. So now with the heat shield out of the way, we can get to these downpipe bolts, soak them in WD-40, I let them sit for a minute, and then we're just cracking them off. And yeah, we didn't really have any problems with this, they all came off quite easily. Ow. So with my stock downpipe, one of the cats was actually loose, and there was material inside the downpipe that was completely like blown out. So, and that was why I was talking about this a couple videos back. It was messing up the airflow with the turbo, giving it some flat spots, and there was definitely a lot of material inside that downpipe. So we have the downpipe installed. Now we're going to put the top mount back on, check for leaks, and then get this intake on. So let's get this intercooler back on. Alright, I'm praying to God there's no leaks. If there's a leak, I'm gonna be so sad. You gotta press the clutch in.
Clutch in?
Yeah,
or
like
brake?
get in it. Get in the car.
Or the brake?
You gotta press the clutch in. And make sure it's in neutral. That sounds way better. It's so much louder.
So much louder. Yes.
Oh my God! Just leave it for now. So now we're installing the Process West fender mount intake. This is a pretty quick install. We're just ripping out the old box and then we can start putting the new stuff in. Flinny loves an intake. Alright guys, that's gonna wrap it up for the downpipe and intake install. Honestly, we smashed it out pretty quick. We did it in about 3 hours, which is good. Never installed a downpipe before. I've done a bunch of these intakes. They're pretty simple, easy to get in. Obviously now we need to book it in for a tune. But yeah, it's looking good in here. Obviously there's still so much work to still be done. The car sound, I'm so happy with how it sounds. Still yet to properly drive it, so we don't really know how good it's gonna sound when we're really hammering it. But it sounds phenomenal so far, and the intake is gonna sound phenomenal as well. Absolutely gorgeous Arvo out here. So yeah, I want to get it booked in for the dyno this week. I'm a bit skeptical about driving it there. It's about a 20-minute drive. If you do know, let me know please. Is it okay if I drive the car there? Obviously staying out of boost. Will it be fine if I go very easy on the car and drive it to the dyno? I really don't want to have to get it towed there. So someone who actually knows, please let me know. Also, I wanted to just say we hit 500 subscribers, which is not much at all, but I do want to get 1,000 this year. Still, that doesn't sound like much, but it's a lot to me. And so please take the time, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button please, it goes a long way. I really appreciate it. And yeah, definitely subscribe if you want to see this car make it off the dyno or not. I don't know if it will, to be honest. Well, it's not like we're throwing that much power at it though. Yeah, so hopefully it's fine. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I'll see you guys in about a week's time when we get this thing tuned.